Well, with very little warning, things have changed on Tuesday nights as well as Wednesdays. But we still have 2 shows. They're still both live, so this is still Tuesday Night Live.
What a rush.
So yeah, we don't have 205 Live on Tuesdays anymore. It's now been moved to Wednesdays, so our midweek has gotten a bit more jumbled up. So we'll figure out how to do that. But we do have SmackDown, and we have the Mixed Match Challenge, which now has a brand new format, and we'll talk about that in just a second.
Yeah, we're going on the fly.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about SmackDown. We opened up with Miz TV with a special guest, where we find out from The Miz that Daniel Bryan versus Miz will happen at Super Showdown, and the winner will get to face the winner of either Samoa Joe or AJ Styles. So we have a number 1 contenders match. Special guest ends up being Maurice. A lot of trash talk about the Danielsons. I'm not exactly sure what provoked the Miz to be like, you know what? I just want to beat up Daniel Bryan. I don't know why the crowd booing was reason enough to do that, but he called out Daniel Bryan, and this ended up being a whole ruse to get, I guess, the jump on Daniel Bryan. Which didn't work. Didn't work at all. I mean,
Miz should know better by now.
Well, he obviously didn't realize that Daniel Bryan knew better. So Daniel Bryan ends up winning the whole altercation, building up a little bit more tension for their match at Super Showdown. We then had Cesaro defeat Kofi Kingston with a fucking neutralizer out of nowhere. That was interesting.
What was that neutralizer out of? Get Kofi off the fucking ground.
Yeah, he's picked up Kofi and he's like, hey, I'm going to fucking put you down real hard now. We had some interesting things happen here in the middle of the show. Aiden English was very confident that Rusev was going to win tonight, and Rusev was like, yeah, it's because you're not going to be in the match. And he's like, are you saying that Sunday was my fault? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. So then Aiden thinks that they've walked away. Aiden starts talking trash, and it turns out Lana's been standing there the whole time. So Lana goes to tell Rusev what's happened, and Rusev's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I'm focused on beating Shinsuke. We'll leave that there for a second. Then Randy Orton terrorized a producer and just decided to bring up all the terrible shit that he's done to Jeff Hardy. I don't know why he was warning the producer, but apparently he's just secretly, I don't know, hovering over all these terrible things he's done and just imagining who it's going to be next. A little weird.
What they didn't show you is what happened before and after the camera got out of the truck, which is... it wasn't pretty. Just involved Randy Orton and no pants on.
Really?
Yep.
That's messed up.
Well, he's into that kind of thing now.
That was not now.
Yeah, that's what he said in his promo. He's going to enjoy all the sick things. It turns him on.
Yeah. Maybe his wife was there. I don't know. And then we also had AJ talk about Joe, which was just AJ like, oh, I want to beat Samoa Joe, but I got to focus on Andrade. But I'm going to really beat up Joe. So then we get to Shinsuke versus Rusev, where Lana comes running up to Rusev. Is like, I gotta tell you something. And he's like, no, I'm focused. Aiden, are you ready? And Aiden's like, sure. So Aiden does his whole entrance, and Rusev fucking beats the hell out of Shinsuke for the majority of this match, and was like pretty close to winning until Aiden jumps up on the apron and yells sings Rusev Crush, which was enough for Rusev to go, the fuck? And then Shinsuke won. So Shinsuke is still the United States champion. And then before Rusev could get mad at him again, and before Lana could tell Rusev all the terrible things he said, Aiden English attacked Rusev and then wished him a happy Rusev Day. Then AJ Styles defeated Andrade Cien Almas with a fancy little Styles clash. He was then attacked by Samoa Joe. The two of them fought for a little bit, and then Joe escaped through the crowd. Asuka defeated Billie Kay. And then in the main event segment, Becky Lynch had her coronation as champion with Paige, and she kind of made a snarky remark that there weren't balloons and the whole division that she built wasn't around the ring. The only person she wanted at ringside was Charlotte. So she brought Charlotte out, and she just runs the gamut on just talking all types of shit against Charlotte, saying, hey, I didn't want you to raise my hand at Hell in a Cell, but hey, you can raise my hand now. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want you to raise my hand. I want you to put the title around my waist. Never mind, I don't want you to put the title around my waist. I want you to call me Queen. Bitch. And then Charlotte, who assured Paige she wasn't there to fight, threw the first punch. And then Becky proceeds to whip her all across the outside, put her back in the ring, put her in the disarmer, and then just walk away.
And then came back.
Yeah.
And hit her with a suplex.
Yep.
Then left.
Yep. And then just looked real, just like, yeah, that just happened. And Charlotte's like, well, shit, that just happened.
I like it.
I love Mean Streak Becky. This is fantastic. Then we had the Mixed Match Challenge, where instead of a single elimination tournament, it is now a round-robin tournament. We have the Raw bracket and the SmackDown bracket. Each team on either side will face each other. The team with the most wins on either side will go to the finals, which will take place at TLC. So we had our first Raw and first SmackDown match. Our first Raw match, Ember Moon now taking the place of Alexa Bliss, who's injured, teaming with Braun Strowman, defeated Kevin Owens and Natalya. And then on the SmackDown side, we had Charlotte Flair and AJ Styles defeat Jimmy and Naomi, even though Jimmy and Naomi didn't wrestle. Huh. And that was that. Mixed Match Challenge is pretty cut and dry. Only 2 matches. So with that being said, Kevin, what did you like about Tuesday?
Becky.
I mean,
Becky's whole thing, from beginning to end.
Just
the fact that Becky's the champion.
Yeah, I was gonna put Becky as my love.
Go for it. I mean, you can still do it.
It's the whole thing was just. It's so good. And I like watching it more and more. I'm understanding the comparison that people are making to Stone Cold. And like Becky could still be a babyface. She doesn't have to go like full-blown heel and like trash the crowd or anything. All she really has to do as far as acknowledging the crowd is like when she tells Charlotte or when she tells anybody that she's the rightful champion and be like, you know it, I know it, and all these people know it, and let the crowd react however the fuck they want. Because that's like Stone Cold wasn't like, I want to thank each and every one of you for making me... No, Stone Cold didn't do that shit. He just asked them to give him a hell yeah. That was literally the only thing Stone Cold ever asked the crowd to do. And so Becky really has... She has that ability now, so just fucking let her do it, because she was ripping Charlotte apart. And it was fantastic. She was taking a bunch of shots at Paige too, which was great.
Yeah, it's good because I just felt like for so long she was just totally, completely underutilized.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And now that she's in the limelight and it's going so well,
yeah,
it makes me really happy.
Yeah. So, keep it up, Becky. WWE, don't fuck it up. I'm going to give my like to... I'm going to give my like to the whole Rusev Day thing. As sad as it is to have the thing end, I feel like the way this, like, just kind of this happenstance thing where it's like Rusev puts blame on Aiden. Aiden freaks out. Lana has a secret. Rusev almost wins. Aiden fucks it up. And then, like, Aiden's like, well, I gotta fucking do something. Because Aiden was screwed at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of like a panic reaction.
Yeah, it was like, hey, I'm gonna get...
Big Show punching John Cena at Survivor Series.
But made more sense.
Yeah.
Like, Aiden was in a situation where he's like, I'm fucked either way. So I might as well just get the jump on Rusev and beat him in the face with a microphone. So I'm sad.
Beat him with it until the Rusev Day logo came off.
Yeah, like all the little pieces just kept popping off every time he beat Rusev in the face with it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm torn, but I liked it. But I want Rusev Day to still be a thing. but I don't think there's any coming back from blasting somebody in the face with a microphone, especially when that person is Rusev. I don't think Rusev will take too kindly to being bashed in the face with a microphone. And Lana was not fucking happy. She was like primal screaming for Aiden to get the fuck out of the ring.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked the whole like series of events that led to it. And as sad as I am to see Rusev Day broken up, I think this is going to be really good for all three of these people, because Rusev is now at a new height of popularity, and now this really gives some credibility to Aiden English as well. So
I think it's going to be good for Aiden English for a few weeks.
That's it. Once he gets squashed by Rusev, there's no going back. Well, we'll see what happens. What did you love?
AJ versus Andrade.
Those two. Andrade continually proves how good of a star he is.
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to go at that level with someone like AJ Styles.
Yeah, and what's good is, like, I really enjoy the fact that they talked about how, like, one of the whole points was Andrade almost beat AJ before.
Yeah.
And then him and Selena had strategized to cover up the flaws that they had last time and to exploit AJ's weaknesses that they learned the first time that they had a match.
Right.
Like, there was talk of, like, you know, the whole reason why they're together is, you know, they're like a business partnership.
Right.
And, like, it actually made sense when the commentary talked about it. And they talked about it in a way that it was like, yeah, it shows why this match was good. You know, it shows why Andrade could have the best of AJ Styles for so much.
Yeah.
And AJ had to bust out a fancy-ass version of the Styles Clash to win.
Which was pretty fucking cool. The fact that he, like, went through for a jackknife pin and then back rolled and, like, just hucked him up and then hit the style. It was a fantastic finish. Yeah, and it's a testament to AJ's ability to adapt to anyone he faces, but then Andrade is just there's no limit to Andrade. Andrade is just going to keep getting better, and I'm excited to see where he goes.
Did you have a love?
Becky Lynch. I'm
Alright.
not even gonna change it up. There's too many good things.
Go back and see my like.
Yeah. I mean, just Becky Lynch. I've liked Becky Lynch forever. I've been a fan since she showed up, and especially since she got rid of that stupid Irish dancing jig thing that she had in NXT. Like, once that was out of the way, it was all uphill for Becky. So it was just.
I liked Becky before that.
Well, you knew Becky before that.
Shush.
I was not as privy to Rebecca Knox as you were, so yeah. I want exactly what Becky is doing now. Like, Becky doesn't have to change a damn thing because it is perfect. It can be babyface, it can be heel. It really just depends on who she's going against. Like, even taking Charlotte into consideration, during Mixed Match Challenge, people were cheering for Charlotte. It's not that people don't like Charlotte, it's just people really like Becky Lynch. So just let Becky Lynch do what Becky Lynch wants to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple as that. I think I know where you're going to go with this. What'd you dislike?
Well, you know, I am going to tack on just a little bit to what you said earlier.
Okay.
It is a little sad
Yeah.
that Rusev Day is coming to an end.
Yeah.
Or has come to an end. And I said that like it hasn't happened yet, but that was a pretty emphatic.
It's so sad that Aiden hasn't decided to bash Rusev in the face with a microphone yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
It's one of those things. Like, it was a good moment, but it's a sad realization for a tandem that honestly, a group that we really like.
Because in my opinion, Aiden English is what made Rusev Day so over with the whole singing of the name Rusev Day.
Right.
Is really what I think brought Rusev Day into prominence. But I mean, Aiden English is a guy that's not super high on Vince's radar.
That's true.
So once
They've been trying to break Rusev Day up for months now.
Yeah, and now that it's finally happening,
it's.
I've got my things. But my real dislike is just the fact that.
Yeah.
And again, nothing against AJ and Charlotte. But
Yeah.
They shouldn't have won their match at Mixed Match Challenge.
Yeah, and I'll say one thing I'll say about the Mixed Match Challenge, I really enjoy that it's a round robin. I think that's definitely a step up from last year. But this first episode was a little bit of a rough start, especially with Ember being a last minute replacement for Braun's tag partner. The whole first match had some kind of weird moments where it was just they were trying to be too funny, and then the pace picked up with AJ and Charlotte versus Jimmy and Naomi. But yeah, then to have AJ and Charlotte, who got beat to shit on SmackDown, lose to the completely fresh tandem of Jimmy and Naomi made very little sense.
Yeah, because Charlotte got beat up by Becky Lynch. AJ had a hell of a match against Andrade.
And then fought Samoa Joe.
Yeah. So, I mean, by all means, Jimmy Uso, who wasn't on the show, and Naomi, who just did her dance on the show.
Yeah, she was just in Asuka's corner. That's all.
Should have won.
Yeah. But on the plus side, no one got eliminated.
Yeah.
So there's still a chance for that team to move along and do stuff. But yeah, this should have been. It should have just been a bad night for Charlotte and AJ.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Other than that, I didn't really dislike anything. The whole Miz TV situation was pretty fun. Randy Orton's creepy as hell. I like the Iconics. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, now that we have an extra show on Wednesdays, we're not sure how the midweek wrap-up is going to go yet.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
As with the rest of us.
So will we. Yeah, because now we have 205 Live, NXT, Lucha Underground, and the Mae Young Classic. So, if you have any suggestions between the time this is uploaded and the time that we record the midweek wrap-up...
So roughly hours.
That's about right. Post down in the comments what you'd prefer that we cover or how you think we should do it. We'll be coming up with our own ideas, but let us know. So for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click those links down below.
There's so many social media links.
There's a podcast link.
That's the link that says SoundCloud.
You get this review and all of our regular reviews in podcast form. Also, we have Hell in Cell review from earlier this week as well. But there's also Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W.
Like wrestling. Where? We have the list with Kevin Hahn.
Me.
We have Question of the Week with Thomas Wolfe.
Not me.
We have other videos that are loosely based around wrestling. But every single month, we have an unboxing.
Yeah, we get cool stuff in the unboxing, like this shirt.
We could get this one. This is a Pro Wrestling T-shirt. But we do get all these little micro brawlers as well.
Yeah, and you can do this.
Yeah, because CM Punk's a dick, so you can do the demolition device.
If you have
that, why do I keep doing that?
I don't know. Not Axe and Smash.
The Road Warrior device.
Road Warrior move.
Anyway, yeah, you can get all those things, so check them out. We also battle boxes sometimes. That's pretty fun. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
You know what would be another good name for the Doomsday device? Fuck
Fuck
Modus.
Modus.